West Live. The West Live with beno'shea.
Fearless Friday with Geof Parry.
Joining me now in the studio is 7 Perth senior reporter Geof Parry. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Hello, Ben. How are you?
Good. How's your week been?
Busy.
Busy. Well, we saw you were out at Warwick Shopping Centre for the drama around Topolinis, or should we call it Tossolinis?
Yes, where the owners are unvaccinated and some of the staff are unvaccinated, and they were operating, and the police came along and shut them down. And they vowed to trade the next day, which they did. They opened up at 5 o'clock, but they also had about 40 of the anti-vaxxers, anti-mandates, SovCiv, SovCits, the sovereign citizens. They were all there.
Do you recognise some of them at this point?
I recognise a lot of them because they yell at me.
They recognise you.
I'm the second most hated person in Western Australia, Ben, according to some of them.
Oh yeah, after Mark McGowan.
I'm assuming it's Mark
Yeah,
McGowan
wow.
who's the first.
Do you think these people would vote for Clive Palmer at the federal election?
It'd be interesting who the sovereign citizens who don't believe in the law of the land that they live in would vote for. Whether they'd vote for anyone or just, it's hard to know. I think some of them would vote for Clive Palmer. I mean, he seems to be on side. He's spending a lot of his own money, 100 million apparently for the federal election campaign,
Wow.
and a lot of it's going into the coffers of the West Australian because he's got these massive display ads. And
Yeah, we'll take it, baby.
Why
How do you think we're paying for this operation?
Why wouldn't you? Slamming Liberal, Labor, everyone. It's a fascinating thing to watch.
Yeah. And so with this Topolinis, so what is the latest on this? Because they seem so unapologetic about the fact that their staff members weren't unvaccinated. They were going to keep trading, but we know, that there's no way the cops and the state government are going to let them do it.
No, and they were unapologetic. But having said that, when they did open the next day at 5 o'clock, police arrived about a minute later, walked in and they checked, and they checked all the people's vaccination status, and all the staff that they had on duty at that time were vaccinated, so they were compliant there. The owner, one of the owners, the female owner, she said she wasn't going in that night, so she was there, but she wasn't in the restaurant. So they were still compliant. Whether they came back, I'm not sure. Later that night to check that they were actually checking their patrons' vaccination status, which they were also required to do. But they had a lot of support there. When I say a lot of support, 40 people who showed up and gave me a bit of a hard time when I was trying to do a live cross. But that goes with the territory.
Yeah, especially these days. But I wonder how that business is going to go, sort of moving forward. Like they might say, oh, these 40 people have come out to support us. Wow, we've got such a huge fan base. But realistically, there are tens of thousands of people just in that neighbourhood who are vaccinated who are going, well, I don't know if I want to go to that business anymore.
I think there's all of that now in the mix. I mean, there are people who say, well, I support them, so I'll go along and buy a feed. Not many of the people who were there, were
actually went in for past the carbonara,
spending their social security in that, in the restaurant to help them out. But they were loud and they were supportive in that sense. And there are others who I guess you wouldn't go there if you're sort of a bit of a supporter of what the state government says it's trying to achieve. I don't think I would go along and have a meal there, which is no reflection on their restaurant particularly. It's just they're a bit sort of on the edge for me.
Yeah, you don't need that. You don't need a side of stupidity with your with your spaghetti marinara.
Correct. I mean,
I prefer garlic bread.
That hand, that might be an unvaccinated hand that puts the plate on your table.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Yeah, exactly.